Let's cover this red velvet heart cake, shall we? It is 6 inches and I've just brought it out from the fridge. You can see how moist it looks, and I tell you for sure it tastes heavenly. Take that from me. Now I'm going in with, oh, by the way, my name is Oluchi, and on this channel, I talk about cake business. I teach about cake decorating sometimes and the business side of things. So I have trimmed off the top because I want to have it flat as far as oh goodness, I want to have it as flat as possible. And do you know what? This is just an impromptu and spontaneous recording, so you will be with me. I hopefully will try to make it as smooth as I can. So for me to have a straight cake, I'm going to trim the top. I'm not going to do that to the sides, but I'm just going to trim the top, and that's how I trim my cakes. So when I'm done with that, I will be going in, which is what I'm doing now, with my filling, which is cream cookies. I gave my clients some options and they went for this. So that's what I'm doing. And when you're working with cookies in your buttercream, it tends to just clog the opening. And so you just have to either free the mouth or press or apply more pressure, right? So let's go ahead. Place the next cake on top of it. By the way, I have this lovely pants that I bought, PME pants, and this is not a paid or sponsored ad, please, but I bought them and I love them. This is what I use for my cakes. So I have them on my Amazon store. You can check in the description. So the next thing after checking to see that they're leveled or the two layers are leveled is to go in with my ganache, right? So I am just trying to smoothing out. Well, I'm trying to smooth it out and just, I don't know if that English is correct. Please bear with me. So I'm just going around trying to apply the ganache on the body of my cake so that I can crumb coat it. I'm doing this gently and going in bit by bit. And although it's a little runny, I'm just trying to manage it so that it doesn't get messy, because when you work with ganache, if you do not exercise care and proper caution, everything just gets messy so fast. So this is me just trying to do it bit by bit. Ask me why I do not have my turntable. I don't know. No, I do know actually. I did not want to start struggling with the height of the cake and the video and you not seeing some parts. So I decided to just do it this way first. What I'm doing now is doweling because I love to give that structure to my cake. Okay, I decided to speed things up here. Let's just get this done and over with. And I brought my turntable finally. So I'm smoothing it and you can see it's beginning to set. That's one thing with fondant. You work with it. As you work with it, it begins to set and begins to firm up, but it will do you a whole world of good. But it will do you a whole world of good if you put it in the fridge to make it firmer. And also in winter, it gets fast and also in winter, it sets faster, even without putting it in the fridge. So you have to work with extra speed. Now I'm just smoothing and trying to make sure that everything is flush, it's leveled, it's okay. I hope you're enjoying this voiceover without music because I've stopped adding music to my videos for a while. Sorry, I digress, but I'm just done with having copyright issues on my videos that has lots of views that I've made years ago. And then maybe 3, 4 years after, you're telling me there's copyright on that video and you're taking the funds from it. And well, let's just let that go. So let's focus on the positives. So that part, I have to fill it. I want to try to fill all of those bits that have dents and are not properly covered. So what we're doing right now, or what I'm doing right now, is just to fill it, go in neatly and try to work on it. Why this is important is that your end result is also determined by the crumb coating. Your finishing is determined by this process. So you want to have everything as smooth as you can or as perfect as you can so that the end result comes out neat and fine. All right, I'll take a break here and I'll be back. Please pay attention to the way I'm holding my bench scraper. I have a video I made years ago on types of bench scrapers that you can use to achieve a smooth finishing for your buttercream. So you might want to check that out. I would link it here, I think, and or maybe at the end of the video and also in the description so that you can check it out and get the right tools for your cake decorating, because all of these things, they matter in the end. Right, so I'm going in with the scraper to smoothen the top. I just did that in the clips before, in the clip before this, and this is what it looks like smooth. And these are the tips I'll be working with. 4B, this is a big tip, and also, what's that? 1M, one of my favorite tips. And then this one, it doesn't have a number, but I have a set of tips that have this ruffle kind of finishing, and I have them linked on my store as well, so you might want to check that out. This is a star tip. I would have taken another one if I had known this was not going to give me the look that I wanted, or the tips piping that I wanted, or the design that I wanted. So, but it's already late and gone. Next time I wouldn't use it though. I really don't like the finishing, but if you do, you can please go ahead. Now we are applying our black buttercream on the cake. I made a video, a tutorial on my experience and how I got this black buttercream. If you've not seen that video, do well to check my channel and learn from me. I have also made videos on how I crumb coat my cake, because at some points I'm just going to skip this process. I'm doing it but not following it closely just to save time. Now I'm trying to apply buttercream, or I am actually applying buttercream to the top of my cake, get off the excess, smoothen it, you know, the whole 9 yards when it comes to crumb coating your cake. That's what I'm doing here exactly. So I'm going in just trying to do that bit. Some people go ahead, some bakers go ahead to just smoothen with a bench scraper, but I like to do this first. It helps me close up the gaps. 2, it helps me save buttercream. And then 3, it just makes the scraping or smoothing easy, so I don't have to do so much. So I'm just going to carry on with that, trying to smoothen it out and fill the dents and the places around before I go in with my bench scraper. That's what I'm doing right here. I like to take my time when it comes to decorating, and I must say that I enjoyed this process. I have never used Swiss Meringue buttercream for my vintage cakes, so this is my first time trying, and I did enjoy the experience. I did enjoy the experience, and I loved how it turned out. So you might want to consider doing that. Now I'm trying to get my edges clean. I won't say sharp edges per se, but I'm just trying to get the edges as neat as I can. It wasn't perfect as I would have loved it to be, but it's just okay. Now I got this beautiful bench scraper. You can see I've changed it because I want a very nice and beautiful finish for my cake. So I got this topper as a gift from my coach, Tabby Cakes, when I went for her class. I went for that class, and if you've not seen the video, it's also on my channel as a short anyway, so you can watch it and just see what went down. I'm scraping gently, and you can see how I positioned my bench scraper. It's important that you're holding your scraper in the right position, else you're not going to achieve the result that you want. It's either you're going to be scraping your buttercream off your cake, or it's not going to come out smooth. So the way you position your scraper and the way you hold it is very important. Now that's it. I took time off camera to focus on smoothing it, and that's what I had. I put it in the fridge to set, and when I brought it out, I just tried to take off the excess from the top so that I could go in with my piping. You might be wondering, what about all these bits and the parts that I can see? I am going to pipe on the body of the cake, and so I think it's just good enough for me to work with. All right. But if you want a perfect 100% finish, then please go ahead and fill up those parts and then scrape and scrape. But also, I would personally advise that you just keep it simple or keep it the way it is, especially when you want to conserve and make good use of your resources. I think I'll put it that way. Now I'm going in with my ruffle tip, and this experience wasn't the most enjoyable or effective as I would have wanted it to be. Like the tip, it was breaking at different points, and I just couldn't figure out why. I don't know what was happening. I think I meant to use another tip. So this is not what I wanted to use, but then I just had to stick with it because I started using it. So you can see the breaks. It was not because I wasn't piping consistently, but I don't just know why it was a bit challenging working with this particular tip. Next time, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use the other options that I have available. So at this point, I couldn't manage it anymore because it was just going to mess up my work and make it look the way I did not want it to look. I'm very particular about excellence in my designs and excellence in my work, my products, and my service. So I had to take that out. And it was just going to stress me with messing up my cake and staining everything, staining it, staining the body of the cake. So I just went off camera and finished the job because it was already late and it was dark for recording. So many things. I just decided, okay, I wasn't going to do that anymore. But at least you have an idea, and I have videos on vintage cakes that I've done on my channel. You can check them out. So this is the finished products. Because I also work, I try to plan my schedule in a way that works for me and in a way that I can still deliver and then get to do my job. So this is me putting the inscription on the cake the following morning. So this is the following morning. It's been chilling all night in the fridge, and I love how it turned out. I really do. Cute, small cake, but it's so cutesy and so nice. So exercise care when you're doing this. I think I would buy a tweezer. So if I have a pair of tweezers, I'll be able to do this without thinking so much about staining my cake. But yeah, this is how it went down, and I had a dozen cupcakes to accompany this cake. And the review I got was beautiful. It was so beautiful and heartwarming. And this is how it has been for years. Of course, there have been hiccups along the way, but on the whole, I get lovely, lovely feedback from my cakes. I'm going to share at the end of this video, and I hope that it inspires you to go the extra mile for your customers and to do the best you can and to put in your heart and your soul when you're doing your job, especially when it comes to your cakes. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button to support, to drop me a comment, to engage, to share, so that this video gets to as many people as need to see it and learn from it. And I hope to see you in my next one. Until I see you in my next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.